how you guys seem to rebound very quickly and effectively from just like minor dips and focus.
I think it comes with our preparation. We go into each game with a individual mindset, so each game is individualized. And I think with that approach, we're able to use our foundation as well as build on that and adjust to the game plan. So some of our ball screen coverages were a teeny bit different today, and we just made those adjustments, flew around, and we had high energy. We had fair crowd in the building, good vibes, I guess.
Ty, you made 5 threes tonight. Was the basket looking pretty big?
Yeah, felt good because on the beginning of the season, first 5 games or so, I was struggling from the 3, so it felt good to get a couple in there tonight.
Daejon, if you can talk about the defensive effort as a team, and then what Bryce can do to close the gap between him and a shooter. It must be kind of terrifying to be in that situation for the shooter.
Yeah, so for the longest, I didn't even know how tall Bryce was, but comes to find out he's about 6'6", and he has, I think, a 7-foot wingspan, so he's just a monster out there. He's so effective on the court even when he's not scoring or if he's not playing the best, and he knows that, and he finds ways to get involved each and every game. He rebounds, he gets steals for us, blocks for us, and his role does not go unnoticed. We thank him every game afterwards.
One of the things that Coach mentioned coming out of the last game against Maryland Eastern Shore was that the second half energy just kind of disappeared from the beginning. How would you guys say the team, what did you guys do to sort of make sure that you had that same energy that you brought at the beginning of the first half into the second half?
Well, we knew to beat William & Mary we had to put 2 halves together, and we knew last game that we weren't satisfied with how we played in the second half. So we made it a big goal for us coming into halftime. We talked about it a lot to play a full 40 minutes, and I think that was key to us winning the ballgame tonight.
And then did you guys just talk about what Oscar's bringing? He's coming out with it seems like a new aggressiveness and just kind of a different fire than maybe we saw from Oscar the last couple of years.
When Oscar got here, he was soft, and I'll tell him that to his face. But I think it just comes with his teammates and coaches pushing him every day. You guys don't see in practice when coaches pushing O, or when I'm pushing O, or when I'm yelling at O, or when some of the past players were yelling at O, and O's been through a lot. And since he's been here, he's done nothing but grow. He made an adjustment to his shot, and he's just putting in the extra work every day at practice. We see him, so we trust him a lot. He's a huge spark for us and a huge bright spot on our team, especially when he's attacking he was at the beginning of the game. We just need him to stay out of foul trouble.
And then did you think Spencer would ever make it too?
We were on him about that all week, especially when they showed it on our page. But yeah, we gave him a hard time for it. You see how he kind of pointed over and gave us the peace sign.
Any other questions? Okay, guys.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
All right, certainly excited the way we finished the homestand. Love the way the guys are believing in the messaging. Love the way the guys are competing. Love the way the guys are believing in each other and have a desire to make each other better. William & Mary is a good basketball team. They're going to have a very good year. The truth is that missing a player and then also having gone through a heck of a travel schedule these last couple of weeks probably wasn't ideal for them. But having said that, they competed hard. It is a good basketball team, and we're ecstatic about the win.
Watching Tyrell right now, there were several moments when a pass by him just caused you to go ecstatic. When you watch him, what is really standing out about how quickly he's maturing on the court?
Well, one of the greatest compliments I've ever given anybody is I told him in the recruiting process that every team I've ever seen him play on, the team takes his identity. And the identity of making the right play for the team, passing the basketball, moving the basketball. And while he doesn't look like a Greek god, he may have the heart of one and really is a tough competitor. So, and having said that too, we have a lot of other guys around him right now that have a big part of it. But he's doing a great job. He's making the right passes. But having said that too, since he's a freshman, I walked in and told the team, "Why'd you miss your 2 free throws?" So that's where we're at.
Identity. Asked you a couple weeks ago. You said you felt like you're starting to find the beginnings of a defensive identity. It's been 2 weeks since that Long Beach game. Do you think that identity is more established now?
It is more established. There's a belief, but at the same time too, we need to. We're going to play a couple of BCS level teams, really high teams on a neutral court in Kansas City. And I think that'll be another test to see what we're doing defensively and how effective it can be. But I do think we're practicing the right things. We have a good system in place. We have a group of guys that can execute it. And then the final piece, obviously, is believing in it and playing really hard.
Nathan Knight had a pretty frustrating day. Can you speak about the effort that Bryce and others put up there?
Yeah, it was certainly a team effort. There were multiple guys on him. Bryce spent a lot of time on him. Was able to defend with quickness. Other guys were in the gaps, making it hard for him. The ball screen coverage, we were able to adjust a little bit at halftime. But he's a heck of a player. He's going to have a heck of a year. But I thought the team, and especially Bryce, really did a great job competing.
On Bryce, can you just talk about what he's bringing to the team defensively and that versatility of being able to guard someone like Nathan Knight one night, and then maybe the next night it's a point guard or someone on the perimeter?
Well, last year Bryce was one of the youngest players in college basketball, and now he's a sophomore. So he is still young, and then we're asking him to play point guard, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and I guess sometimes even 5. And so his versatility is unbelievable. Offensively, he's doing a really nice job. Not trying to force it right now. On the defensive end, he can do so many different things with so many different players, and that adds a lot to our team.
What was the explanation for Daejon's technical?
I believe he said something after the block shot.
And aside from that, though, with Daejon's play, both offensively and defensively, wondering your thoughts on what he brought today.
Leadership, number one. I mean, he's playing with such poise. He's playing so hard defensively. He sets the table for everything defensively with his general attitude, and then his ball pressure, and then his leadership. All those things are kind of the foundational pieces. Offensively, he's making the right plays, shooting good percentages, getting some assists. He's playing with. It's really cool to see because he's in a position to try and take over the team and dominate everything. And what he's doing is playing within himself, and he's really shining in that role right now.
What do you see from Jaden Dallaire? He's stringing together a lot of very good moments, and then now it's good games together.
Yep, he's Jaden is learning and growing and getting better before our eyes. I mean, game by game, practice by practice. I feel like he loves the game right now. He loves trying to compete and get better. He knows that the best days are still ahead for him, and that there's a lot of work between now and then. And I think he's embracing that and knowing that he's willing to work for that.
Daejon, Tyrell, Bryce, and Isaac had 22 of your rebounds tonight. Can you just talk about what the guards getting down there and grabbing rebounds is doing for this team?
Yeah, they just have to do that. We're not going to be a big-time defensive team or having a defensive identity that we're proud of unless we can finish possessions. And so part of that is going to be our guards getting in there and getting defensive boards. And for Ty to have 10 of those is unbelievable. For Bryce to have 7 defensive rebounds, it's really a game-changing kind of thing for us.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.